When I was in Rikers, we had, like, on Friday nights when they played music, you'd hear everybody singing. Well, mind you, we're all locked in different cells. We'll be like, turn the station to such and such, screaming through the walls. That's how we kept each other afloat. We played games. Sometimes we all sat in each other's room, and a few of us in a cell talking about our families to each other.
We walk down a straight line and we go towards the mess hall. And as we approach the mess hall, there are other dorms also doing the same in opposite directions. So you can be standing behind or in front of someone who has beef with the opposing line, and that can turn into a dangerous situation. So I try my best to stand as close to the wall as possible so I can avoid the most amount of danger. I couldn't imagine anything being worse than actually being locked up on Rikers Island.
If you happen to get in the wrong shower, don't get in the wrong shower. You get in the wrong shower, you happen to get in the shower that everybody used, and you was told by one of the dudes that's in the housing area told you not to get in that shower. You get in that shower, may God be with you. May God be with you. Because you get instructions when you come in. Don't shit here. Don't take a shower in here. Don't use these two sinks. Don't get on that phone. And when they call rec, either you go on the rec, don't make no noise. You know, it's rules and regulations when you come in there. And you would think that the COs run it, but at the time, the people that was in there run it. And the COs sat back and allowed them to run it because they were scared. One of the rules I had in my head was, you know, listen, the first guy say something to you, Harvey, just punch him in his face. Like, don't waste no time, don't sit around, because what they do is they friendly extort you. And then they find out when you tired of getting friendly extorted, then they pack you up. And how they pack you up could be a devastating situation. You know what I mean? They could pack you up while you're sleeping. You know, they could bust you in the head with locks.
Remember a sense of no privacy. I remember a sense of a loss of control. I couldn't make any decisions for myself. And that lack of freedom was extreme for me. There were a lot of barriers. I remember when I did time, a lot of people could not speak English, and I really felt a huger sense of, like, I felt bad for them more than I felt bad for those of us who did understand what the fuck was going on. The language barriers were really a lot. A lot of women in there didn't know what was going on. There were times when I was afraid of other people who were locked up with me and what they would do to me. There was a lot of judgment and a lot of lying.
So I landed in the cell. I was sleeping, and I wasn't like welcome in with like, hi, how you doing? My cell was broken into, and I noticed 16 and 17-year-olds all running into the cell, and I was woke up with kicks and punch. And when I landed on the floor, the only reason why they stopped was because correctional officers say, hey, what are you doing? And that was my idea, my opinion to this day was like he only did that because his captain was coming, right? And said that because you can't do that, right?
When they give you like your blankets and everything to go put on your bed, but then they like take you right, but you don't even make your bed or anything before they take you to breakfast. She literally was just coming in right at breakfast time. So she sat in this girl's seat, and this girl came out of her cell, did not say a word to this woman, took the woman's tray of food and smashed it alongside her face. And here the girl falls down off of her seat, and then the girl who runs the housing unit sits right in her seat, just like, and takes her tray and just starts eating, like her own tray, and starts eating. And not a single officer said a word to that lady, to that incarcerated woman. So that, you could tell right from there, like, okay, this is the person who is incarcerated, but who kind of has ownership over this area. The officers are not doing anything about it, so they've clearly formed a relationship. So then it's like you're kind of going against, you have to go against her and the housing unit. which was not something that I wanted to do. I was trying to like build community in there as opposed to getting into violence and things like that. So just as much as there was community, there's also still that aspect of it. If it wasn't for each other, we would probably have not made it through there. And I think all of us say that like repeatedly, like it's us other incarcerated people that educate the other incarcerated people. It's us that are worried about your health. It's us that are worried about all of your stuff, right? And we're always taking care of each other because that's the only people you have to take care of each other in there. The officers are not taking care of you. There's usually not workers, especially, on Rikers. It's just very different. So we have to make sure that we take care of each other in there.